G4 Architecture is a fictional architectural firm created solely for educational and entertainment purposes. It is not intended to represent or imitate any real architectural firm, and any similarities to actual entities are purely coincidental. Welcome to today's continuing professional development presentation, where we will embark on a journey to enrich your understanding of key aspects that will shape your career as you navigate the labyrinth of challenges on your path to becoming an architect. Join us as we explore the nuances of leadership, the power of seamless collaboration and communication, the art of architectural marketing, and the significance of fostering inclusivity in the workplace. But first, let's meet the crew behind today's presentation. Here at G4 Architects, our office vibe is a blend of creative chaos and structured insanity. Meet Peter, our fearless and slightly insufferable director who's about as popular as a fart in a lift. Sahba, Hong, and John are our trio of senior architects, Lance, our bright-eyed graduate architect, and Chantel is our fresh-faced architectural student. Together, they form the cast of our very own architectural sitcom, where every day is a unique experience and every project is a comedy of errors. Let's see how we can help them out, starting with leadership. Effective leadership is critical in guiding architectural teams through complex projects and ensuring successful outcomes. Strong leadership fosters a supportive and productive work environment. Conversely, poor leadership can result in decreased morale, mistakes, and a lack of direction. Stay tuned to witness the repercussions for G4 Architects when leadership fails to meet expectations. Peter has discovered a moderately serious mistake in the documentation of a project that could cause significant financial loss to the practice. He comes to realise that the error was made by Chantel, the student who was under the supervision of senior architect Sahba at the time. Enraged by the potential financial losses, Peter informs Sahba that if any similar issues occur again, both hers and Chantel's employment will be terminated effective immediately. Alright folks, time for a little game of what should Peter have done. Here are your options. A. Give him the old boot right then and there. B. Use the ORID framework to reflect on the situation before approaching Sahba and Chantel to help them understand the implications of the error and learn from their mistake. Or C. Disappear on holiday and pretend the world doesn't exist. If you chose B, you would be correct. The ORID framework, comprising objective, reflective, interpretive, and decisional components, was crafted by the Institute for Cultural Affairs to astutely dissect facts and emotions, consider consequences, and reach informed conclusions. It acts as a roadmap to navigate office crises and steer clear of disorderly professional conduct. Now let's see how effective this approach would have been in tackling this workplace dilemma. Through using the ORID method, Peter masters the art of constructive conversation when addressing mistakes. Furthermore, by fostering an open and supportive work environment, the team at G4 can turn challenges into opportunities for learning and growth. Moving forward, the practice will now implement more rigorous review processes and engage in regular training sessions. This proactive approach will not only prevent similar mistakes, but also enhance the team's overall resilience and competence. Good communication skills are essential for fostering collaborative, productive, and positive workplace environments. However, poor communication can also lead to misunderstandings, conflict, and even fragment a coordinated team. Let's see what happens to G4 Architects when miscommunication occurs. During a late Friday afternoon at the G4 Architecture studio, a last-minute request by the director has forced the office into a difficult situation. Just half an hour before close of business, Peter informs all staff that they must stay late to complete a project. Peter promised the client it would be done by the end of the day, despite the official schedule programming the deadline for a week later. Complicating matters further, the entire team are scheduled to leave for an out-of-state wedding the next day, a wedding of a former colleague who was recently dismissed for refusing similar last-minute demands from the same director. Unknown to the team, the director is expected to receive a financial incentive upon the early completion of the deliverable. The old work-life balance dilemma, huh? It's never a good sign when you start imagining extreme measures like running over your boss with a truck, right? So what's the best approach for our director here? A. Should the director handcuff his employees to their desks until the job is done? B. Allow the employees to attend the wedding and inform the client that the revised deadline won't be possible anymore? C. Acknowledge the need for better communication with the team, enhancing office transparency to prevent future dilemmas? Or D. Is it a combination of both B and C? If you pick D, you hit the jackpot. Architect employment contracts generally state that employees may be obliged to perform overtime hours as reasonably required. Under Section 62 of the Fair Work Act 2009, employees must give reasonable notice for overtime requests and are obligated to consider factors including safety, operational needs, and employee circumstances. In this situation, the director's request for employees to stay beyond the usual working hours would be considered unreasonable, as he failed to provide adequate notice. Furthermore, the director's decision to deviate from established management systems and alter deadlines without ensuring feasibility serves as evidence of poor communication. However, it's also important to acknowledge that the employees could have improved transparency by proactively informing the director about their personal commitments earlier, potentially avoiding the misunderstanding altogether. Effective marketing strategies are crucial for bolstering business reputation, establishing connections, and building trust. However, when architects fail to use marketing strategies to support their practice, it can lead to conflicts and undermine client confidence. Let's take a look at how G4 architects respond to marketing challenges in the wake of client dissatisfaction. Following the submission of a compelling concept design to a property developer client, Peter receives an angry phone call. The client is not happy with the proposed design concept and he's questioning the energy efficiency and sustainability of the building. He claims that the building has been greenwashed and that there are major cost implications for him to incorporate the integrated sustainable design strategies of which he originally called for in his brief. Not only have G4 architects ruined old Barry's holiday, but they are also at risk of losing the job. So, in response, Peter gathers the team to brainstorm ideas on how to reassure the client of their capabilities. What steps can G4 architects take to preserve their rapport with the client and ultimately stay engaged in this exciting and lucrative venture? A. Market the practice by working with the client to persuade them that the concept design is sure to exceed expectations. B. Reduce the service fees to make the client happy. C. Activate boss mode. Show that client who wears the pants and abruptly cease all services. And the correct answer is A. Marketing for a client you've already gained is a complex task. Nevertheless, G4 faced the predicament head-on. Collectively, they decided to demonstrate their proficiency by organising to show the client a similar building they'd designed in the past and offer testimonial to their work via a past client. Through showcasing their portfolio, facilitating contact with prior clients, and delivering a comprehensive report outlining the anticipated advantages of their design, G4 architects effectively promoted their expertise and built trust with the client, ensuring their continued involvement in the project. Inclusivity stands as the cornerstone of any architectural office. Creating an environment where every voice is heard, every perspective is valued, and every individual feels safe and respected is not just a moral imperative, but a strategic necessity. Let's see what unfolds when inclusivity is not prioritized in G4 architects' professional endeavors. After achieving approval from the client, a mixed-use project advances to the tender stage, necessitating further development. Following an online interview process, Louisa, a specialist in sustainable technology, is appointed to oversee the project. On her first day, Peter realizes Louisa is permanently disabled and cannot access the workspace on level 2 due to the stairs between the lobby and the lift. This raises concerns about her suitability for the role. Now, what is the most ethical way for Peter to address this with Louisa? A. Limber up and carry her up those stairs like a human forklift. B. Communicate openly and respectfully about the accessibility issue and collaborate on finding a solution that accommodates Louisa's needs without compromising her qualifications or role. Or C. Let her down gently and inform her that she is no longer a suitable candidate due to her condition. Let's be honest, if you chose anything other than B, you are a terrible person. Under the Disability Discrimination Act 1992, employers are obligated to ensure that both employees and the public have equitable access to their workplace premises. This entails more than mere access upon entry. It encompasses the ability to use all amenities, including workspaces, meeting areas, restrooms, and kitchen facilities. Furthermore, principles of universal design serve as a framework for shaping environments that maximize accessibility, comprehensibility, and usability for individuals of diverse ages, sizes, and abilities. After engaging in thorough discussions with Louisa, Peter demonstrates proactive inclusivity, assuming responsibility for the installation of a stairlift in order to facilitate her access to the workplace. Meanwhile, Louisa graciously agrees to temporarily operate remotely from the comfort of her home. 2 weeks later, the stairlift is in place and Louisa eagerly returns to the office. She can now seamlessly resume her role, navigating the workplace and utilizing its amenities with the same ease and efficiency as any other team member. This situation highlights the vital importance of inclusivity within the workplace. By taking practical steps to accommodate Louisa's needs, G4 architects demonstrate their commitment to ensuring equal opportunities for all employees, regardless of physical ability. This approach not only fosters a more supportive and inclusive environment, but also allows individuals, like Louisa, to fully contribute their talents and expertise to the practice's success. In summary, the challenges faced by G4 architects emphasize the critical importance of leadership, communication, marketing, and addressing discrimination in the architectural profession. By embracing these principles throughout your journey as an architect, you can effectively navigate contemporary challenges and cultivate a professional trajectory that is defined by established ethics, inclusivity, and accomplishment in the field of architecture.